Hello everyone, and welcome back to Truly Bedrock Season 2. This is episode 11, I think? Yeah. Alright, so we're over here at the food truck because I had a few comments in the last video that were excellent ideas in regards to this truck. One of them was putting slabs as kind of like some bumpers, these quartz slabs, and I thought that was a really cool idea. And then one of them was calling this the chop shop. And so there is that on the bumper. And then we had a couple of comments actually about putting like some glowstone or something for headlights. Now I did want to put these up here, but it kind of looks silly with the stairs that we're using. So I went ahead and did this little grill, which was also a comment. Put that on there, put the shroom lights down here, and then in the back here we did some little tail lights just to add a further detail to this little truck. And nice, we have no sales on some nice crispy bacon, but hey, it is what it is. So that is this done for now. I did say in the last video that we were going to start over here at the creation station, where we come up with ideas for episodes, or actually you guys are coming up with ideas for episodes and streams. And in the last video so far, I'm recording like 2 days after that video released, we've gotten 6 different ideas. So I went ahead and put them down on some paper, and we're going to throw these guys in our little system here. So what we have is we have an iron farm that was submitted by Firemaster and a gold farm. 2 different ideas. One of these is definitely going to happen sooner than later, and this one's going to take some groundwork to get towards. Victim had an idea for building a nether volcano, so a nethercano. I really liked it, so we wrote that down. Shiny had an idea for some kind of lava creature coming out of the lava kind of at the castle, and I think that's a really cool idea. And then 8ron asked me if I ever thought about doing like a Strider sanctuary or a stable for Striders, and the thought has never crossed my mind, but it's an interesting idea and something we can definitely look at. And then Demon Boy, of course, something that we probably will be doing soon is a Wither skeleton farm. So I'm going to throw the Nethercano and the lava creature into this stream box here with the nether tunnel. There's a few other things that I want to add to this, such as setting up our industrial area where we would build the iron and gold farm. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Strider stable and the Wither skeleton farm in here. And this thing is getting... we're starting to get full. I'm going to put some ideas in here. And here in the next few episodes, we're definitely going to be using this thing. In the last episode, I said that this episode I wanted to build a Piglen Farm, and we have the little piece of paper right here. And we're going to keep this on us today because I want to build that for sure. I definitely want to start getting all of the different items that come with the Piglin bartering system. And my original thought was we would set up the Piglins in this area. Now, once I put the walls in, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and we could get the Piglins in here. But this block right here would be a dispenser of sorts. Actually, right here would be a dispenser. Then the Piglin would sit here, and then we'd have a block to block them in. And it would be a tight fit coming in here, and then we'd have to shift over to the side and then continue on. Not to mention getting the redstone up here and then getting all of the different items into a sorting system, which is definitely something I want to do. It would just be tight getting those guys in here, and then we could put 2 over on this side. At least that was the original plan. So I think this is going to be too tight of an area, and then we'd have to connect these hoppers up. And then I was planning on having a sorting system here, but there are so many items that these guys give. So we have this little area here where we originally talked about doing some kind of lava fountain, maybe a big custom tree, and I've messed around with some different lava fountains in creative and putting a tree in this area as well, and I haven't liked anything I've come up with. Now what I'm thinking instead is I have the perfect amount of room here. We could have redstone coming up here, we could have a dispenser here, Piglin here, and as a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and dig these blocks out. We just have to be careful. Piglin sitting here on these 4 blocks. Dispensers here, redstone here, and then right here where the dirt is would be blocking them in. We could have these 4 guys here. All of these hoppers could feed into a central hopper line and then go that way, and we could still have our sorting system kind of on the back wall. And I think that this is going to work. Fitting in a huge item sorter requires a lot of space, and a lot of space we actually do have underneath the main facade of the castle. We just went ahead and built directly above this lava lake. We had this little island that jotted out here that we slabbed off, and this could work in our benefit to put the item sorter here. We could have the main items over here, and we can have another sorting system over here for the non-stackable items. And I think that this is going to work. I am going to have to do a little bit of prep work probably and get some of this lava cleared out here so that we can actually build what we want to. But the nice thing is I can come out right here and build out towards that center section. I can set up the redstone device, the hopper timer, to fire the pistons or the dispensers for these guys to receive gold, and then have our hopper line come across here. So we have the space. Now what I've done is I downloaded a copy of the Truly Bedrock server. We put it onto creative mode, and I've spent the past couple of days messing around and trying to fit in everything as we just discussed. So this is the Piglen Farm here. We got 4 piglins in here with 4 droppers. These guys are standing on top of hoppers. We have a couple of chests here, so if we were actually on the ground, we could reach up and throw some gold in here. These 2 hoppers will split the gold evenly between these 2 droppers, and this chest will do the other 2. And then we have gone down below into our lava area to try to fit everything in. So I have all of these hoppers running into a chest here, and then we will actually drop this hopper line on the Truly Bedrock survival world down 1 block, and you will see why momentarily. But this way I could also just fit a chest in here so we can run a little bit of a test. We have a circuit right here that powers this hopper, locking our little hopper timer, similar to what we did for Jesse B. We did that in a stream. This has 11 items in it, perfectly timed, which hit this repeater here, powering a torch here, this block. It's just a little torch tower powering our droppers up above. Now we have our hopper chain coming down and have it going across, and then we have it going across this way. We'll talk about that momentarily. But at the start, we have this little circuit right here. And this is a non-stackable item sorter. We have quite a few items that come out of this farm, 5 of which are non-stackable items. We have a potential to get a netherite hoe. I haven't seen one yet. Enchanted iron boots, enchanted books. We have the splash potions of fire resistance and then potion of fire resistance. And I want those sorted out before the stackable items are sorted out. So if you guys don't know, a few different things here. Hoppers will actually pull items down before they'll push items. That's what they want to do. So what we have here is a comparator reading this hopper, and as items flow through here, the stackable items, which are all of these right here, including the ender pearls that stack to 16, will emit a redstone signal strength of only 1. So this repeater right here is locking this, or powering this block, which is locking this hopper here. So nothing will come through here. Now stackable items, such as these 5 here, will emit a signal strength of 3. Which will depower this torch, which will unpower all of this stuff, unlocking this hopper, so all of the non-stackable items will get sucked down before they'll get pushed forward. I have those running into this dispenser here because this dispenser has a little clock on it which will power or fire the dispenser, firing all of these items out. Now when splash potions are fired out of a dispenser, they will be effectively destroyed. And so that sorts those out of the system because I will never use these and I don't want these clogging up our system. The rest of the 4 items will come across this hopper line ending up in this dropper. And when this dropper has items in it, this comparator here will unpower this torch, which will effectively unpower this guy right here, this block, allowing this torch to be powered. When this torch is powered, it's going to send a redstone signal up here, creating a clock, and it basically slows the flow of the items here. So this thing will dispense one item very, very slowly. Because as I said before, items want to pull before they push. So we have another circuit here with this comparator here, powering this block. This torch comes down, and there's another torch right here that is powering this block, locking this hopper from pulling items out. So as the items come through one at a time very slowly into this hopper, they'll be pushed into the brewing stand if they can, coming down into this chest here. The other items, if they can't be pushed into this, they will be pushed into this chest here. So what I've created is a system here that'll sort out our potions from our enchanted books, our enchanted boots, and netherite hose. Now I am probably going to dig down and have more than just one chest here so that we can have quite a few potions, and at some point I may even get this into a shulker box loader, or push these guys through a brewing stand to get them to the 8 minutes and then put them into a shulker box loader. Now I said created this system. I actually found this from a very, very small YouTuber who came up with this or took the idea and ran with it. This is the only one I found. I cannot remember the name. I'll put hopefully in the description below, I'll put his link to his video where he built this. So that takes care of all the stackable items, and then non-stackable items, and then we will have the stackable items come through this hopper line here. And I've done a little bit of layout. So we have nether brick, soul sand, crying obsidian, obsidian, gravel, iron nuggets, nether quartz, ender pearls, glowstone dust, fire charges, magma cream, string, and leather. I want all of those items being sorted out. So because of the limited room that we have, unless we do a lot of groundwork in getting rid of this lava, we can kind of have two chests here. And so I've decided I'm going to put 4 cells for nether brick. Nether brick will come down into this chest and this chest, filling this up, and then they'll come down into this, so on and so forth. So we'll effectively have 8 double chests of nether brick. I've decided to go ahead and put 3 cells for the soul sand, 2 for the crying obsidian, 1 for the obsidian, and then 1 for everything else. They'll all have their little system here. I'm going to back this system up probably over to here, about here at the Z coordinate of 113, which I'm going to write down. And then we'll have these items be sorted out here, and then we'll have our dispenser, this little system right here, coming onto this island, which we are going to probably square off from this point right here. We'll just square off this whole area that way. As I want to be able to come out to this and be able to collect all of my different items. But this was just a kind of proof of concept. Now for regular item sorters, kind of the similar thing as the non-stackable item. Stackable items require a signal strength of 3 they produce a signal strength of 1. So we have our little sorter here. Impulse SV is the original creator of this design. This is an old school design, and it still works. Tried and true method here. The only thing I don't know is there was a bug when you had these guys stacked next to one another, that sometimes the items wouldn't be pulled down into this hopper, and they would just continue on. I'm not too worried about that, stacking these guys next to one another. If we lose a couple of items, it's no big deal. Now, another thing about hoppers is they will always try to pull this slot first, whatever stack of items is in it, and then they'll try to pull these items. So if you have 4 blocks here that'll never be in your system, or name them like I did, everything stacked up here will go down. So there's actually 32 blocks here. Let's get out. That's 40 and 41. 41, 45, or 42, 43, 45, and 46 items will still emit only a signal strength of 2. If we put in one more item into this hopper, you will see it gets pulled down, and it's At some point, yep, there it is. It's going to get locked because of this torch, and we're always going to have one item in there. But once that 40-second item is put into this slot, it will send a redstone signal here, powering this repeater, which will unlock this torch, allowing the items to essentially be finally dispensed all the way down. So in this chest here, we have a bunch of stuff. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of boots. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 books. We have a bunch of splash potions, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potions. So let's go ahead and start emptying this chest out. The other thing that we're going to do at the end of the line over here is we are going to add in a cell for gold ingots. I don't want my gold destroyed, and as you guys can see in the chest, we have a couple of ingots because sometimes they don't pick up their stuff. So we are going to speed this up just a little bit by dumping a bunch of stuff out of here. Basically, what I want to see is the nether brick go through. I want to see the potions get distributed out, and that we have 4 boots and 4 books that get into our system. So we're going to throw everything else out. Let's see, the little bit of glowstone. We're going to leave the nether brick in here because I want to see that go through. So we're going to go ahead and let this stuff go. For the nether brick, though, we're just going to kind of do this. There we go. You can see this is working. You just saw or heard these potions being splashed. Yeah, there's all the items rolling through. You can see this is slowly going. You can see the potions going in here. We have boots and books going in here, and we have all of our potions going here, and no splash potions are being distributed into the system. Very, very nice. Now over here we should have a little bit of nether brick, not much. I just bumped my mic because we took most of it out. So now all we have to do is do a little bit of groundwork, getting this area all ready for us to come in and build, and then we have a ton of redstone to do. This looks like a lot of stuff, but when you break it down, it's pretty simple. We have an etho hopper timer here, running into a little torch tower. We have a simple redstone circuit here for an off button. We have a non-stackable item sorter. We have a traditional dispenser clock. You know, everybody uses these at the beginning of item elevators, or they use them for trash cans and things like that. And then we have a potion sorting system over here. This circuit is just to slow the items down as they come through. This is the actual sorting system here. And then over here, we're going to have a bunch of item sorters here all the way down. And then this chest actually down here that should have a few items in it, it represents what is going to be another dispenser like that guy right there that's just going to be firing the items into lava, destroying them. Now we have got a lot of the groundwork done for starting this project. I did come in with some gravel. I'm just about out of gravel in the nether. I have some back over at the Chunktown base. But this will get us started. We built a little path out to here, and I've gotten the hoppers started. I still got to connect this chain up and then come down here, and I believe we were right here in creative is where we're going to bring the non-stackable item sorter, and then we'll build the potion separating system here, and then we'll come over here to build our chests. And what I may do, instead of having that hopper line go all the way over here, is shortly after the non-stackable item sorter, I'll shoot it out this way, because hoppers are going to be a little bit of a pain for us to get. We're running out of iron here. We may have to go do a bunch of mining or go buy some. But we also have started the groundwork on the top side for getting the piglins in, which is what I think I'm going to do next. I think we're going to go out into our nether tunnel and try to find some piglins and get them loaded up into this system. I have their little chambers here, and then I have a little staircase up here with a button placed on glass. We learned our lesson last time from capturing a villager. And then we have another section here, so we can get 1, 2 in, and then we'll have to rebuild this system or this little selection chamber this way. We did push this block right here, or put this here. This is where our redstone is going to come up firing or powering these different droppers. So now it is time to brave the nether to get ourselves some piglins. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage of me catching the piglins. And one thing I noticed was we had one piglin in the system. We went to go get a second one, and when we came back, that first one despawned. So we had to get some name tags and name them as we went. But anyway, I've been busy plugging away and completing the system. Yep, so we set up the hopper timer as discussed previously. And then I set up this barrel. We can see it right here. That was collecting all of the items because I didn't quite have the items needed to fill these item hoppers or these item sorters over here. So we built this and then we started working on the system. Now, one thing I made a mistake, and I don't remember if I told you guys when we went kind of over this whole system in creative, was this comparator right here on this non-stackable item sorter has to be reading the signal off of the main item line that comes in. And that's the reason we dropped this down by one, because we have redstone dust on the top of these two blocks. So I put my hopper in over there and items started to flow through, and they were just coming through into this hopper because the comparator was down here. And yeah, it caused a little bit of a mess, but we fixed that, and then we have items flowing in. Got a couple of potions. Got a soul speed book and a couple of boots. And then I don't think we have too much going in over here. A little bit of nether brick. Quite a bit of soul sand. No crying obsidian, no obsidian. I think there's some iron nuggets, a little bit of glowstone dust. Nether quartz. Of course, ender pearls. We're probably going to fill up on these quite a bit. Quite a bit of string, a little bit of leather. This is just for me running this thing while I was building the whole system. So instead of putting a trash can on the end, we put a chest because I kind of want to test to see if everything's rolling into the correct item sorter. Or if we still have the bug where these are stacked together and the items flow through, and I want to see potential waste. So we have a chest over there. Now, another system I would like to add to this whole setup is possibly a item overflow basically in this hopper right here. So if we were to fill up these 3 double chests worth of items, items will start backing up across here, and then eventually items will just be sitting on top of this hopper going nowhere, causing a little bit of stress on the server. So what I'm thinking is taking this hopper and adding a similar circuit here, but with 4 pieces of redstone dust before unlocking the bottom hopper, because 2 items in a hopper will give you a signal strength of 6. But we have spent a massive amount of time on this. So the next thing I would also like to add to this system is taking these potions instead of placing them in the chests here, you can see they're 3 minutes long. I want to run them through another hopper or another brewing stand and get them to 8 minutes. But that is another project for another day. This took a lot of time to build, a lot of resource gathering. We had to go get wood, and we had to get iron, and we did quite a bit of different things. We crafted up a bunch of redstone pieces, and we're down to one hopper. Oh man. I think we're low on cobblestone as well, and then I have no more gravel to fill this area kind of in. I am thinking going to about here-ish with the fill-in of gravel, and I want to leave this side open for now. I have new plans, or different plans for that side over there. So this is the Piglin sorting system all pretty much figured out, and I think it's time for us to go dump a bunch of gold into the droppers and go AFK for a bit. What do you guys think? Yes, yes, yes. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well as the explanation of how everything works. And yeah, next time we come back, we'll be doing a few different things. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Go to the comment section below, leave a comment, leave me suggestions for episodes and streams so we can put them up in the creation station that's behind us. Check the description down below for all of the different ways to follow me, as well as joining my Discord, the Truly Bedrock Discord. At the bottom is all of the links to all of the other Truly Bedrock members. If you're not watching them, go check them out. There's a lot of great content over there. And guys, I will see you on the next one.